but hopefully not. Let's see what we've got going on. Okay, warranty paperwork. This is very important. Do not buy this at a local store. Don't buy any place other than online at the places I recommend, because this is the actual USA warranty. The serial number, that serial number has to match the one on the lens, otherwise you don't have a warranty. Some rip-off places will try to claim, oh, you do it online. No, the warranty is only registered by paperwork. Although you've never had to do that, just as long as you've got the paperwork and a proof of purchase from an authorized dealer, you're good to go. Let's see, it is packaged in bubble wrap with two, looks like, what are these, low-density polypropylene header and footers. And inside here, beautiful. This is a lens, it's about the size of an 80 to 200 2.8 or 70 to 200 2.8, although it's a little fatter. This is a manly size lens, but guess what? It's actually rather lightweight, because I believe it's mostly air on the inside. So it's lightweight, it feels nice. I'm gonna gamble that this is a Taiwanese-made lens. Canon makes their very attractively, well, actually they make everything in Japan except the most attractively priced products, which they do in Taiwan. Hey, I guessed correctly. This rascal's made in Taiwan. And I'm told it takes about 3 times the labor expense in Taiwan to make something as opposed to China. So that's a very good thing, as this is a very attractively priced lens. It has an 82 millimeter front filter. Interesting, it doesn't have that much glass. But the crazy thing is, now again, I've never touched one of these. I believe that it extends. Lock and unlock. Let's go to unlock. That's history. Where does it go out here? There we go. The rear section comes out. Interesting. This is awesome. Here we go. Here is your 600 millimeter f11 lens. Now this lens has no diaphragm. It's always f11, which, to be honest, is really all you'd ever want. The serial number here is laser engraved on black on the plastic. Close focus, that's important. Close focus is 4.5 meters or 15 feet. That is not very close. It's typical, but honestly, I was hoping it would go closer. And you can't cheat, because when you focus further away, you could do this to focus beyond infinity, which you don't need to do. You can't pull this out any further for a macro range. I'm surprised they didn't include that. It is a stabilizer, that's critical. Auto manual focus. It's got a focus limiter. You use the focus limiter if for some reason something very close to your camera is confusing the autofocus, then you would use that, but I've never used that. Manual focus ring, function ring, and actually it doesn't pull out from here. This is awesome. I'm going to try this out. My R5 I'm going to unbox next after I unbox my 800 millimeter, but to be honest, people don't realize if you haven't shot the Canon mirrorless system, it works really well with slow lenses. This lens is brilliant, and nobody else has thought enough to make a lens like this. This should focus well, make ultra-sharp pictures, and it's going to be fantastic for wildlife, and the key, it's at a price we all can afford. Did I have a question come by? If you have any questions here, I don't have that many viewers live because I just went on the air as a pop-up here, but I do have some questions. Let me answer these. Tian Maslar says he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand why you use this lens. You know, the reason you use this lens is for everybody who wants a long lens, which is birders. Those people are nuts, or people like to take pictures of little animals, squirrels, bird feeders. A real 600 millimeter lens, a 600 5.6 is about $10,000 or $12,000. It's expensive. In the days of film, we needed a 600 f4 just so we could get a long enough, so we could get a shutter speed that we actually could use with 50 or 100 speed film and get shots in daylight. With digital today, you really have to think ahead, because again, I've been shooting for over 50 years. I remember film back when ASA 64 film, Kodachrome was the fast stuff, 25 was the normal stuff. You needed those super fast f2.8 and f4 lenses. With digital, which will shoot just great, ISO 400, 800 looks fantastic in daylight. It never did in film. So this being an f11 lens, you're going to shoot at, this is experience here, you're going to be shooting at about a 1/25th in daylight at ISO 100, which means if you go to 400, you're now at a 500th, and with IS, you're good to go. So this is a perfect lens to use in daylight. And also, it's nice it doesn't have a diaphragm, so people don't stop it down to f22, as the problem is people will send me photographs saying, Ken, it's soft, what did I do wrong? Well, they're stopping down to like f22 in daylight, so diffraction makes it softer. This, I think, is a brilliant lens. The reason it's brilliant is Canon thought out of the box, made something you folks know that most folks don't know that they need yet, but they will. Canon actually thought ahead of things. It didn't simply extrapolate. Well, we've got a lot of questions, but that's why you'd want this. How much? You know, Justin, I forget. Look at kenrockwell.com. I have a whole review on the specs so far. I believe it's about $600 or $700 or $800. It's very reasonably priced. Is the Fujifilm XF55-200 worth it? Well, it's worth it if you shoot Fujifilm. 600, no mirrors. Talk about light and compact. Yes, you guys can't feel this. Only weighs about half as much to my hands here as a 70-200 2.8 does. This is a super light lens. The key is it collapses. Don't forget, you know, a lot of folks may get this and go, gosh, this lens is out of focus, I'm going to return it. No, the key is unlock it, extend it, lock it. Let's see. That's a, okay. That's a good solid hard lock. Yeah, it looks like it's a friction lock, but it's not. Yeah, it's actually a hard lock. So yeah, make sure you lock and unlock it religiously. Otherwise, you're going to be like, hey, it doesn't work. And of course, you can put it in your bag like this. It just takes a pretty good-sized bag. Gonna love this. Gotta love this. Well, if there's no more questions, I am going to cancel this live broadcast, and it will be on archive for all of eternity. And the next thing I'm going to unbox live, keep a look here at kenrockwell.tv, because I have got an 800mm f11 I'm going to unbox in about a minute. And then I'm going to get to my Canon EOS R5, which is what everybody's really been waiting for. Thanks again for watching Ken Rockwell, kenrockwell.com, and kenrockwell.tv. Oh, but before I go, Justin Chan says, so if Canon releases a teleconverter with this, actually they did, and I'm going to unbox that after I unbox the lenses. Could it be an 816? Absolutely. With the teleconverters, it should work awesome. If you folks have been reading kenrockwell.com, you'll see on my reports in the EOS R. I take my 100 to 400 millimeter EF-L IS2, which is only a 4.5 to 5.6. I can run that with my 2 times and 1.4 times teleconverter at the same time for a 2.8 times teleconverter effect, which makes it what, f16, f22, and it works brilliantly, which is why I know this lens is going to work great, even with the teleconverters. In fact, I'm going to try to stack the teleconverters. I have the 1.4 and the 2, and to stack them with this to make some really crazy lenses. They have a converter coming. Actually, Andreas Bergerstadt, not only has the converter been coming, I have one in my hot little hands here. I'm going to unbox as soon as I cancel this video and start the next couple of videos. So watch out. I'll be on the air here probably for the next half an hour unboxing all the goodies I got from B&H. Stack teleconverter, oh my, that's nuts. Well, Justin, look at kenrockwell.com, look at my EOS R review, and you will see that I have sample images from stacked 2 and 1.4 times teleconverters with my 100 to 400 on the EF ring adapter on my EOS R, and it works brilliantly, which is why these lenses are going to work great. Okay, am I going to use it with a tripod or monopod? No, I think that's for wimps. I only use tripods if I'm photographing, say, at night. Otherwise, everything I do is handheld, and I don't need a monopod for this. I bought my first monopod with my 400mm of 2.8 Nikon, which I bought about 25 years ago, and weighs about 15 pounds. It is not fun to have to hold. I can shoot it handheld, but it's not fun to be out there for hours. Well, I don't think I could handhold it for hours. Well, maybe I could, I don't know. Got to work out more. But the thing is, a monopod is really just to keep you from having to hold up the lens all day long. But monopod is how I would shoot sports. With this lens, it's the same weight as any other telephoto lens. It weighs a lot less than you think because it's mostly air on the inside. So you don't need a monopod. Good day to you. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. This has been Ken Rockwell with kenrockwell.com and kenrockwell.tv. I'm going to sign off, and stay tuned because we're going to go to the 800mm f11. Lucas says, thanks for the great reviews and advice. Best photography website, hands down. Ken Rockwell, kenrockwell.com, kenrockwell.tv.